One wave can change your life. One smile can raise.
Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Bringle Talk. Dare to dream with soulful smiles. Today we are very much privileged to have Sanjay G among us, who's a trailblazer and who's a person with 34 years of a professional experience, including multiple number of I'll say 2 decades in IT industry, and a remarkable person with a visionary and with a passion for addressing the pressing societal issues and scale while using technology. His story is beyond this incredible accomplishments which he has and his vision for a better future. Why not listen from Sanjay Ji himself? So can you just talk about your journey in technology and innovation?
Yeah, I think everybody has a time where he gets his, wow moment. So I was searching for that wow moment, try to do projects in various areas, and one of the assignment where I felt that this can help a lot of people. I think that was a wow moment, and at that time I felt yes, this is what I want to do in my life, and that was a life-changing moment. And then I channelize all my energy in terms of how do we use technology for solving problem of the masses.
Wow.
As you go out now, everywhere there are problems, right? So there are, if you see, there are three type of people, right? So one type of person is that who will always creep. ये बाहर कितना गंदगी है, रास्ते पे कितना, there are so many potholes, right? So these are creepers. Now, so these people will creep, and they may not talk. Now, the second people who observe and they creep on social media, they creep with the people, appropriate authorities and all this. And the third type of people who wants to solve the problem, right? So,
And Sanjay Ji is one among them.
yes, so I feel as a country, right, we need all these three kind of people, because somebody should be able to identify the problem. Somebody should be able to actually talk out so that people know that this is a problem is there, and somebody should be able to solve the problem. So it has a very local relevance. We need Sasta Sundar Tikau.
Wow.
And how do you do that? How do you do that? Basically, develop technologies which are relevant, which are reliable, and which are relevant to Indian society.
Agree. Clearly agree with what you are saying, and we can very clearly see and understand that with your expertise of such a long number of years which you have put into technology, you're being one among the biggest problem solver for all the problems in technological fields, right? In a large scale, the societal challenges which we often see, we see this cross-sector collaborations which is happening, and partnerships collaborations. Or how do you think that, what is your advice that you would like to give all our listeners out there, that what and how collaborations play a major or an important role in these initiatives? Or do they really play a role, or they do not?
Of course, now this is the age of collaboration. So this is Industry 4.0. I think this is a very common term used right now. The way industry has changed, and one of the pillar for Industry 4.0 is collaboration. Now, if you see the major unicorn companies, right? So they are collaboration. If you take a case of Amazon, right? Amazon is a collaboration between so many stakeholders. If you take any unicorn, right? So it's a collaboration. Now, I think collaboration plays a very big role in success of the organization as a whole, but it has to be fair to everybody, and that's where the key is there. And of course, the digital technologies plays a very important role in creating the collaboration. Now, let me take a case of a simple thing, like say vegetable. Now, you get vegetables at your home. Right now, if you take that use case or life cycle, right? The farmer produces the vegetable, then it goes to the market. From there, some supermarket procures, and then it is distributed. Now, if you see, there's a digital spine also, like so that there's a digital thread which connects all these three pieces together. So it is a
Yes.
perfect example, very simple but very understandable example of how the collaboration works, where the market, the supermarket, the farmers, the agencies, no, in terms of the people who give credit to farmers and all those things, they play a very important role. And unless all these strings, right, all these no bits and pieces are play in harmony, right, thing doesn't work. But if they play in harmony, I think that the collaboration succeeds, and then it becomes a unicorn.
Wonderful. What a definition of unicorn and how the unicorn is produced. It's like really like I had a very different. If I would have asked somebody, or somebody would have asked me unicorn few years ago, I would have just said, okay, it's just $1 million company, and that's called as a unicorn. But your definition, which truly meant unicorn, is really nice. I'm sure that the viewers ahead are listening to it, that what actually unicorn means. So thank you very much. Last question, which I would like to put upon to you, that's looking ahead. That what are some of the societal issues which you hope to address next, and how do you envision technology continuing to be the catalyst for a large scale change here?
See, one of the biggest problem that I perceive is the stress. Okay, the society is stress society as of now. Right? Earlier, no, as a history of evolution, right? So our brain has evolved over a period of million years, and our brain has certain response mechanism, right, to respond to the threats. Right? It's
Yes.
at a neural level and it's at a hormonal level, and it has a duty cycle, right? So it is like 10% you should be stressed and 90% you should be relaxed. But now with all the social pressures coming up, like say, I don't get so much of likes, right, on social media, right? So I don't get so much of viewership. I don't get so much of money, right? So it's all no, it's all creating a stress. Now
Yes.
people watching the this one no reels and all those things, right? So it all generates the stress, and the duty cycle, which is supposed to be 10%, becomes 90%, and then it disturbs every aspect of the life. I think I see a lot of these issues of stress. No, the root cause is stress, and younger generation, they are not in a position to handle the stress, the
Yes.
stress of no relationship, the stress of money, the stress of expectations. So I think if you can create some framework, right, which addresses the issues of youth, so that they try to become stress free, I think that would be one of the big uh, contribution to the society. As you know, like 1 in 4 person in a world is stressed, so the market is very huge. I think you should not look from the market perspective, but some initiatives or some trainings or some way of addressing the stress, if you can do it, I think that would be one of the big area that probably I would, if you should given a chance, I would like to address.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And as truly said, 1 out of the 4 person is stressed. And most of the people whom we see stressed is nowadays that as young as a 5-year-old child or a 6-year-old child, or as young as a 13-year-old child says that, oh my God, I have so much of stress in the school, or I have so much of stress at home. And this stress sometimes takes a toll over their natural growth, as you said. So really
Yeah,
nice to listen to
yeah,
all of this.
yeah. I like to give an example, like this
Yes, sir.
stress. So this example is of my son. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so he was doing his 10th standard, and as you know, everybody takes a stress. We didn't give him a stress, but he has his own kind of aspirations and all those things. And then mathematics was a real challenge,
Stress.
right? So he was in 10th standard, and no, he was too much into programming and all those things. I said that you address the if you are stressed, then why don't you come up with something which addresses the stress of the kids. And then in the 10th standard, he developed an application. Some of the
Mhm.
points that you said, the attention span is very small and all those things, right? So he developed an application to revise the formulas of mathematics very quickly. Right? So it was audio-visual, simple formal revision application, and I think some 40,000, 50,000 students use that application. And one of the major feedback was this app helped us to reduce our stress. Okay?
Wow.
So definitely the technology can play a role, but it has to be positioned appropriately.
Yes.
creative solutions has to come in, and if the use of technology has to be channelized to reduce the stress rather than increasing the stress.
Very rightly said. Thank you, Sanjay ji, for sharing your inspiring journey and your invaluable insights which you have given today. I'm sure that your dedication that of leveraging technology for societal transformation serves as a powerful example of how innovation can touch lives. And also, like as you said, that your son changed almost 40 to 50,000 students' life who create mindful change. So technology should be used, but should be rightly used as what? To our
Yes.
listeners, here again, let's dare to dream a future where technology is a force for good and addressing the most pressing challenges of our times. Stay tuned for more such inspiring conversations on Bringle Talks, Dare to Dream with Soulful Smile. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Good evening, good night, and thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.